Liebe Blattnerinnen, liebe Blattner, das Unvorstellbare ist heute getroffen. Wir haben praktisch das Dorf, das sichtbare Dorf. Ich bin froh, haben wir eine Walle, können von Blatt und daraus evakuieren und in Sicherheit bringen. Das gibt die Stichkraft, das zu machen, was vor uns liegt. Wir haben das Dorf heute verloren, aber nicht das Herz.
Jetzt ist dieses Worst-Case-Szenario geschehen. Das bedeutet, die 3 Millionen Kubikblöcke, die auf den Gletscher gegangen sind, sind alle unten gekommen mit dem Gletscher. Das ist sehr, sehr selten. Wir können nicht in die Geschichte ein Beispiel finden, aber alles ist jetzt unten gegangen.
For the first time in 200,000 years, a new product is about to shift the power dynamic between wasps and humans. Introducing the Spectracide Wasp, Hornet, and Yellowjacket Trap. To the creepy compound eye of a wasp.
Well, I could say this much: they're lucky they didn't lose the town. They were at first they were pumping out that the whole town was wiped out, but it wasn't. Who would build a town underneath? It's obvious. You can tell that is a landslide area because the material that was already at the bottom of the ravine. So I don't know why they're trying to say a whole town was wiped out, but I don't think there was. And who would build a town in a ravine that's acceptable to floods, landslides, all kinds of stuff? I don't know what it is today with probably engineering. They're telling people, oh, it's perfectly safe, but there ain't nowhere safe anymore, folks. And they're trying to say that this landslide caused a 3.2 earthquake, but I think it was the other way around. That's what caused the landslide was the earthquake that they had. That's pretty much what it caused. And why do I say that is because look at it. It ain't, most of it's dirt. Most of it's just land the mountain gave out. And most of that's just dirt and rock.
Liebe Blattnerinnen, liebe Blattner, das Unvorstellbare ist heute getroffen. Wir haben praktisch das Dorf, das sichtbare Dorf verloren. Ich bin froh, haben wir alle können von Blatt und daraus evakuieren und in Sicherheit bringen. Das gibt uns die Kraft, das zu machen, was vor uns liegt. Wir haben das Dorf heute verloren, aber nicht das Herz.
Jetzt ist dieses Worst-Case-Szenario geschehen. Das bedeutet, die 3 Millionen Kubikblöcke, die auf den Gletscher gegangen sind, sind alle unten gekommen mit dem Gletscher.
He's speaking German.
Das ist sehr, sehr selten. Wir können
They
nicht
said on the worst scenario,
in die Geschichte
the mountain
ein
gives
Beispiel
way and
finden.
everybody dies.
Aber alles ist jetzt unten gegangen.
You can tell that that's where all their landslides usually come from because you can see the material before this material, the new material hits, there's already material there. So this is a common spot. Now, why are they trying to say a whole town was wiped out and everybody, you know, I didn't see any homes underneath that. See, that's all debris from other slides. So this is a common spot for these slides. I don't see no houses down there or anything. I do down the way if you go down the valley. Look at it, it's moving like lava. Real slow, that's liquefied. See, it just missed the town. They were trying to say the whole town, everything was. Now, why would people? This is what I'm.
In die Geschichte ein Beispiel finden. Aber alles ist jetzt unten gegangen.
All right, so there's the town. For one, who would build in a ravine acceptable to water, landslides? I have no idea. And then it's probably been there for a long time, but they need to start taking that stuff into consideration when they build a whole community and homes and everything in an area that is acceptable to landslides and flooding. Now, if this glacier melts, what's going to happen? Well, you see that ravine that all these homes are in, the bottom of the ravine? Yeah, they're going to be gone. Sure. Flood. Why? Because that's the path that water least will take, the resistance, the bottom of that gorge. That'll flood. And anything in its way going down that ravine, yeah, probably would be flooded out and wiped out. But they always do, they're, well, it's 1 in a million chance. Well, you want to take that one chance? Well, you get a 8 point, 7.0 earthquake and causes massive landslides. Where's it going to go? It's all going to go downhill. And if any buildings are in the way of it, them are going to go too. So it didn't. They were saying the whole town, 90% of the town was wiped out and all these people. But I'm not seeing that. All right, here's the other part. Here's some homes here. So it looks like this was an area that has had landslides before, avalanches, whatever you want to call them, because this is you could tell it's old debris that came down. Right, you got some homes here on this side. You got some homes here on this side in the ravine. And that's probably why you don't see no homes too much in this area here, because it's a landslide thing, right? You can pretty much see where these landslides occur because there's no trees, there's nothing holding the land back or anything. It's pretty sad, but I mean, they have to use common sense. So what happened? Well, I don't know. Looks like the top of this mountain here gave out. They slid down, and it stopped there. It was blocked, probably because of this glacier here or whatever this is. And all this material fell here, started stockpiling, and then finally this gave way. This glacier here, or part of Earth or whatever, gave way from the pressure of all this, and it came down. But it probably ain't over yet. It looks like you got, that could be, for all we know, that's a dormant. It's a dormant volcano. And that's why you're having seismic activity around there. And that's probably what it was, a seismic activity or something that caused a landslide or something. Out there in Switzerland or whatever, they like to shoot shells up into the mountains to knock down any snow that's up there, so they don't have massive amounts of landslides. Maybe that's what happened. But I don't see all the. It looks like they got lucky, but they might be pumping out from there. Oh, the whole town was lost. Help us, and they might want people to come in and help or whatever, or pay money, uh, to clean up the mess or whatever. For one, they're not even saying anybody died in it. So they're saying a alpine village buried under tons of ice. I don't know if that's even ice. Now, what are we seeing? We're seeing smoke come up from it, right? Now, this is shocking because what are you seeing? Well, I'm seeing steam come up out of the ground where this either ice that they're talking that they're saying is ice, but steam don't come through the ground. What is that telling me? Well, something heated that ground up, whether it be seismic activity, volcano activity, but steam is coming out of the ground through that dirt or ice or whatever. So, kind of shocking. Yeah, you got smoke and stuff coming up from the rock, so that might be something to do with that. Okay, here's the town they're talking about, but it's still there. And you can see these are landslide spots. Why would they build a town? I don't know. I don't know. But that might be an ancient town that was built way back. And yeah, look at the houses built there. You can see the rivers running through. Yeah, now, like I said, they get a massive rainstorm and it rains for 20 days and 20 nights or whatever. Where's all that water going to go? Right down in that ravine. It's going to run downhill, the least resistance. It's all going to end up in that ravine. And any house or anything in its way is going to flood. Yeah. And everybody builds their, well, it's mountains on each side of us. We're perfectly safe. But rock will liquefy. No. Yeah, rock will turn right into liquid molten stone or whatever it is. To me, it sounds like you can hear the rumbling of the ground, like possibly there was a earthquake, or because they're dropping bombs and wars going on Earth, them bombs could have caused an earthquake.
Liebe Blattnerinnen, liebe Blattner,
Well, our hearts go out to Switzerland. If anything happened to any of their people, it's very sad, but it just happened. So we'll have to get more information on it and everything. See what really happened. But it probably was an earthquake caused a landslide, which is common out there with the mountains and everything. The Potomac plate shifting and everything. So, all right, folks, we will be back. We got clouds. Another crappy day out today. Clouds all around. I don't know if it rained yet. I'll have to stick my head outside and see. But keep an eye on the weather. Condolences to the families of Switzerland, whoever, if anyone did pass away from it. I think they said pretty much everybody was at work or doing stuff. We're not hearing of a massive body count or anything yet. So we will be back once we find out more information about this, dramatic landslide. You folks have a great day.